Another day, another run. Welcome to Cult of the Lamb. Today, we're going to be looking at how to become a god and do an unreasonable amount of damage. But first, a sermon. Praise the Lamb. And stick around to the end to get an extra sneaky bonus tip. The first most important thing for this method is the Empowered Shrine of Disciples. As you can see, I have about 30 of them, and that's how much you're going to need to get up to these amount of numbers. You don't need that many, but it would be useful. Before I start with the rituals, I like to make sure I've fed all my followers and given them some tasty meals to make sure they're happy and well fed before I give them anything bad to start subjugating them to the rituals they're going to have to put up with. The second most important thing when it comes to this method is the rituals and making sure you use them in the right order and maximizing the amount of time you can use them for. The first ritual you're going to want to activate is the Glory Through Toil. It makes it so followers won't stop working for 3 days or nights. They won't be happy about it, but it makes it so they spend the maximum amount of time donating to your shrine as possible to build up those bonuses. The next ritual is the Ritual Fast that makes it so followers won't eat for 3 days, so they will concentrate on just generating devotion and not worry about silly things like eating. Another little sneaky extra I like to use is the Ritual of the Ocean's Bounty, but I will explain why it's so useful shortly. The last ritual you're going to want to make the most of is the Brainwashing Ritual that makes it so your followers stay happy for 2 days straight, which is useful because you're going to be ignoring them for a long time, and it makes it so if they were unhappy about anything leaving the ritual, now they will be happy about it and will stay that way. Now, earlier I mentioned the use of the Fishing Ritual. What I find with that is when you leave the cult after activating all your rituals and leaving your cultists get on with the day, is that when you're not in the cult, they will develop more devotion faster, fill up the resources faster, and farm faster. I don't know why, but when you're away, they start working a lot harder. So do some fishing for a while, get some food so when you come back you can feed them nicely, and you will find that everything will be filled up through, well, let's do 1 day, through 1 day of fishing. You go back in the night, make sure tidy everything up from the day, and you'll find that everything is fully developed, as you'll see in a minute with my video. And now we've made our way back from our fishing expedition, let's see how well that devotion is stacked up, shall we? And it is a gold mine. Look how many that is there. And anything can range from either a spirit heart, a blue heart, or 5 or 10% extra damage on the next crusade. And that stacks up to a stupid amount. While this method may be godly, it does have some downsides. As you can see with the followers, they've been sleepless for 3 days, foodless for 3 days, and drugged. So it does have some quite negative effects. As you can see, everybody is now extremely ill. I don't know whether it's because they're starving or because they're exhausted, but because of all these rituals have been active for so long, they then suffer because of it. So afterwards, I suggest giving them a nice little long day. Maybe they don't need to work for a day. Maybe you give them a nice little ritual feast, but give them a little treat after working so hard for you, eh? And here's a little sneaky extra for you if you got through to the end of the video as a thank you. Here is the Ritual of Enlightenment. It will boost everything you've seen today by another 20% in case the bonuses you've already got weren't quite enough. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you for the request for this video. I can't believe the support I've got for these videos. I hope to be able to continue, and I'm looking out for when they do more updates. But I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and praise the Lamb. Bye-bye.